Hey you guys, Laura here, and I'm here to bring you a crunchless core activation series that I have been doing on a daily basis since the car accident that I was in shortly before Thanksgiving. So if you're new to my page, my name is Laura. I'm a certified Pilates instructor and personal trainer, and like I mentioned just a little bit earlier, I got rear-ended just before Thanksgiving. So I personally have been trying to bounce back from having neck and back pain. And so for me, there are some movements that just have been out of the question in my body, but I still want to maintain some of that core strength and strength that I had in my body. So this is such a great way to be able to strengthen your core for those activities like cycling and running and strength training like I was doing before, and also a really great supplement to warm up for those activities as well. You will not need any weights. We're just going to go ahead and get started together on all fours. And before I jump into it, if you're not already subscribed to my page and you are someone that likes to learn about the body, learn a little bit, dive deeper into body mechanics, the whys behind exercises, and even learn how to prevent injuries or bounce back from injuries like I currently am, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so that you can keep seeing my videos and learning and growing with me as well. Like I mentioned, we're going to be on our hands and knees. We're just going to start with a cat-cow. So hands underneath those shoulders, knees are going to go underneath the hips here. And I want you to really spread out those fingers as much as you can into the ground, including that pinky. So that here is going to help you stretch to the back of the forearms. It's also going to help you to get a little bit more connected into the back of your shoulders and your lats. Round the back into your angry cat. And for me, I've been really thinking about tucking that tailbone as I go into that angry cat position to really get a little bit more stretch through my QL, which are the big, kind of like the bigger muscles that run along the lower part of your back. And then from here, you're gonna lift the chest, drop the belly towards the ground, and here, once again, pay attention to those hands. Imagine that you're ripping the floor apart underneath you and find that stretch in your back. And then again, exhale, push away from the ground, pull your belly in, and imagine that belly button trying to go a little bit deeper into that lower belly, lower back. And then lift the chest bone, rip the ground apart. And I really want you to think about ripping your collarbone apart as well. A lot of times I see people exaggerating that cervical extension, so that back of the neck lift. And I want you to really try to get more through the collarbone, more mobility through the upper back. Now let's speed it up a little bit. I won't talk through it as much. Inhale, lift the chest, push the ground away. Exhale, push the ground away more. Lift the belly, tuck the tailbone. So in that tucking of the tailbone, that's where I really get to engage a little bit more of that transverse abdominis, that TA, which for me, because of the back pain that I've been in recently, it's been a little bit harder for me to do exercises like single leg stretch in Pilates, or think of like a bicycle, anything where my legs are floating up in space. It just has been really difficult for me because of how reactive my back is. But this articulation is good for that spinal mobility to help loosening up what wants to spasm in my back, and also still keeping those lower abdominals, obliques, and even that rectus a little bit more engaged, involved, even though I can't be doing those crunches and those leg extensions and things like that. One more time here. Then we're going to find what's called a neutral spine. So I want you to think about having a table here. Tuck the toes underneath you. So imagine that you're going to go into a push-up or a plank, but we still have our knees underneath our hips. Push into the ground, and I want you to lift your knee bones like you could slip a piece of paper underneath them. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Woo, you should have felt your arms turn on, your belly turn on, maybe a little bit of thigh work, but hopefully that lower belly as well. Once again, push into the ground, lift those knee bones, hold 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then lower back down. Awesome. We're going to continue through that. We're going to do 5 more if we can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Activating all the muscles in that trunk and that torso. Lift up, hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So your body gets to work in a plank position without having as long of a lever. Lift up, hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Working shoulder strength, stability strength, engaging through the trunk, the core to hold up those knee bones. We're going to go up again. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you feel that lower belly turn on as those knee bones lift. I believe we have one more here. You should feel the heat. Lift up. We hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower back down. Nice job, you guys. We're going to stretch out the wrist because maybe you haven't been doing planks or anything like that. And so you can feel that tightness in your wrist joint. So we're just going to take a counter stretch here, taking kind of like a gorilla pose. Back of my hands go to the floor, a little bit of pressure down into the ground. If you did feel your wrists in that last video, I have another video that I've made talking about hand health, wrist health, and guiding you through some exercises to help you with that kind of tight sensation through the top of the wrist so you can strengthen them, increase your mobility so that you can do things like push-ups, planks, things like that without having that kind of like tightness in the top of your wrist here. We're going to go back onto the top of our palms here. And I want you to take one of your legs out back behind you. The leg reaches out. Right now I have that toe to the floor. And you can stick with just the leg. A little bit more of a difficult variation would be to also have that opposite arm reach out in front. We're going to do a bird dog, the straight arm, straight leg variation. So I want you to lift the arm and leg upwards towards the sky. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. So typically I don't have a hold at the top. We are going to go again. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But in my case, with the back spasm and really wanting to strengthen through my core, that isometric hold is really going to help me with strengthening the stability through my core and also my back. We're going to go again. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. We get to engage with the shoulder, the core, the butt, the hamstring, and again, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I want you to think about keeping your torso, your trunk, your shirt parallel to the ground in front of you. Again, hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to do one more here. And then that's working what's called anti-rotation. So I'm trying to strengthen, hold up. We go up 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I try to teach my body how to strengthen against what it wants to do in that position, which is maybe rotate, flare my hip bone of the leg that's working up or down. We're going to go again. We've got 6 on this side. Lift up, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, tap down. This one I think is working a little bit differently, so I'm going to grab a yoga block. You don't have to. What I'm going to do with this yoga block is I'm going to place it on my back just to give me a little bit more information of what's going on if I am rotating, because it just feels a little bit different to me. We're going to lift up, hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, tap down. And again, lift up, hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, tap down. And for me, I can feel that it did turn on a little bit more of my right oblique. Again, lift up, hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Last one, we lift up, hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, tap down. Awesome job. And if you put something on your back like I did, go ahead and take it off and take another little wrist stretch here, counter stretch. All right, next thing that we're going to do, we're going to go back into that beast position, that bear position, but we're going to make it a little bit more dynamic. Also, once again, working the anti-rotation, and you can grab that yoga block, grab a pillow, something that gives you feedback if you feel like your hips might sway from side to side. The goal is that we're going to want to try to keep our trunk, our shirt, our pants, that kind of like hemline here at the front of our pants. We want to try to keep that as still as possible. All right, so my hands underneath my shoulders, my knees underneath my hips. From here, I'm gonna lift my knee bones up and I'm gonna walk one foot back and then the other, nice and softly. Bring it forward and then the other. And again, walk, walk, bend, bend, stretch, stretch, bend, bend. Another option is you can rest your knee bones down between each one if you need to. So I would rest, lift up, walk, walk, bend, bend, and rest. That's an option for you. And again, lift up, walk, walk, bend, bend, lower down if you need to. If not, we keep going. Now, another thing I like to keep in mind, I go right, left, hold, left, right. So I'm trying to mix up which one goes first each and every time. So I'm not biasing a specific dominance, a specific side. Make sure you're breathing. We're gonna do one more pair. Whew, and then lower those knee bones down. Take your final stretch for your wrists, but we're gonna flip over onto our back. Our last and final thing that I have been doing on a daily basis is also bridges. Because remember, your core is not just your abs. I mentioned this a little bit earlier about how we were talking about shoulders. It's kind of like a vest that connects from your shoulder girdle down to your pelvic girdle, which are your hips. So your glutes, the muscles on your hips. I like to even think of hamstrings as being a part of that core group that helps to stabilize your spine. Last thing here, pelvic bridges. Taking your feet towards your bottom. You can go hands down. Recently, I've been challenging myself by having hands up. So I'm not pressing through my arms. I'm really trying to use my core and my glutes here. Hands up, belly in, lift those hip bones to the sky. And then roll yourself down, bone by bone by bone. Those last ones got me, you guys. I'm a little out of breath. And that's okay. I am giving myself grace with where I am right now in time and space. And I know that it's been already a couple weeks since I've had that car accident and since I've ran. I know that my cardiovascular system is not where it was before. But I also know that the more regularly I move my body within what I can do, it's going to get back to where I was faster. So if you currently are doing this for your warm-up or you're doing this because you also are injured or recovering from an injury, know that you're going to get there too. You're going to get to this point where you were doing what you were doing before. And what you're doing now is helping you to get there faster. I know it can be discouraging. I know we think about where we were. But be grateful for what you can do, and it's going to help keep you motivated to keep taking those baby steps to get you there. Now, what I didn't mention is that my belly is pulling into my back, and I still have those ribs trying to zipper together through the front of my chest, front of my body, and I'm rolling my spine downwards towards the ground. And I'm rolling my spine upwards towards the sky. So that articulation that like we were talking about earlier in the class, that's also helping to mobilize my spine, create more space between those discs, helping to stretch out anything that's tight in my back. That's one of the reasons why I'm taking it kind of exaggeratingly slow, so that I am really trying to massage out all of the muscles along my spine as I'm rolling downward. So hopefully you can feel that too in your own body. One more time here. We're going up to 10. And then something else that I didn't mention is that as we're going into that hip bridge up and down, we also want to try to keep the hip level even as we go up. So my pant leg from right to left side, that top of my leggings, it stays even as I go up, it stays even as I go down. I'm not tilting my soup on either side. Get up however you want to get up. For me, I've been doing this log roll to come up to a seated position. And then that is all I have for you today. If you are like, wow, my spine already feels so good now, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. I'm so happy that I could help you feel better. And I would love to have that external feedback to know that I'm helping you feel better. I'm making a difference for you. That is why I do what I do, is just to help other people feel better. If you like this type of video, I would love to have you subscribe to my channel so that you can continue to learn and grow and move with me. If you have any special requests of what you would like to do, what you would like to see on here, go ahead and leave that down in the comments below, or you can always reach out to me on Instagram, and I would be happy to chat with you on a personal message and answer any questions that you have and be a little investigator into how to help you reach your goals and help you feel better. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you in my next video. Have a good one.